Hi guys, it's Rowan Ziesing here, and we're going to be doing a hopefully a very quick tutorial on getting a fly-through video working for you guys in Unreal Editor 4. So you can see in my scene, I've actually put together a rather dodgy sci-fi hallway. It's untextured and I've managed to get holes in things, but I've kind of run out of time and I'm going to have to show you with what I've got. So, the first thing we need to do is when we're doing a fly-through, like if we were working in Maya or any other program, is we need a camera, something to record. So, the first thing we'll do is create a camera. And to create a camera, it's all done through Matinee. This little clicker box thing up the top. That's where we access all our cameras and basically do our in-game editing. So whether we're doing a fly-through or a cutscene or anything like that, this is where it all happens. So let's open that. Add new Matinee. So that's down here, and that's what it looks like. And so you've got file, edit, playback, a whole bunch of stuff. One important thing is usually, unless you have this on full screen, you can't actually see all the tools. So if I bring it up to full screen, then you can see all the tools up the top. When it's down, when it's minimized, you click on this arrow and it brings up whatever's missing, which is important because you guys, when we do export it, we'll be looking for movie, which makes it very easy to export. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go and create a camera. So you have to go down to this little grey section here in the corner, right click, and then you go add new camera group. And then it's new camera group and you type whatever, so camera 1. And there we have our camera. And it's actually created it inside our scene. Well, it should have. There we go. I pull back and I can see it. So, we've got a camera and we can move it about with our W for move, E for rotate, and you can scale it. I wouldn't advise you doing that. So anyway, I can move my camera, but then I'll want to do animation with it because it's not a still camera. And so what we need to do is to do any animation on this camera. This is annoyingly not quite nice enough to see, so let's get that. To do any animation or anything, you actually have to highlight the key, which is a bit strange, but we actually have to highlight this little red triangle. So you have to click on that, and then you've noticed how my camera has snapped back to the original position it was created in because we hadn't actually added any new keys to it. So I'm now going to move it into a better position as to where I'll start the animation from, and I'm just going to do a very, very quick and dirty animation. Let's pull it across into the wall. Awesome. So this is where I'm going to start animating from. And now what we need to do is we need to put a second key in, and we actually have to put our keys in before we move our camera. So on this you've got a little black line down the bottom. Click on that and you can drag that to where you need it. So I'm just going to drag it here, and then We can zoom in and out with middle mouse wheel, but I'm going to go up to this top left corner and there's add key, or you can hit enter, and that's added a key. And now I can go ahead and move that key, and it's created some animation. Let's pull across. So we've got this kind of yellow dotted line. So that's the start of our animation. Now I mightn't be happy with where that key is at. Like when you zoom in, at the moment I've got snapping set to 0.5, so it's actually snapped to, let's zoom right in, hopefully we can see it. So at the moment it is 0.3 and a bit, 0.36 seconds into our animation, which is pretty quick. So we'd probably want to move this up. So let's do some adjustments. With this green arrow down the bottom, I can click on that, or I should be able to click on that, and I can slide that along, and that's our active time range. And I can slide that up to this red triangle, which is our utmost limit. But we can click on that red triangle and slide that along as well, and then we can slide the green triangle along, and it basically changes our area where our timeline of animation. So if I wanted this, if I wanted to move this key, I can do that, but you struggle to work it out intuitively. What you need to do is highlight it and press Control, the left control button on your keyboard, and then you can move it. So now I've changed that to almost 1.5 seconds it takes to get to that point there. So let's add in some more keyframes. So I can keep going in. Well, first off, add keyframe. Yeah, you can now move it. You can move it, pull it along, and it adjusts. Oh. There we go. Get a little bit of a dolly happening. This is going to be rather bad cinematography, I'm afraid, because I'm just kind of showing you very quickly what's going to happen. And then let's get further up the end, up here. Oh, I don't want to move a wall piece. So yeah, be careful what you click on. Add key. Add key. Okay. Highlight the red mouse. I don't know why it's spazzing out. Stop spazzing out, please. Oh. Okay, I'm going to close Matinee, open it again. There we go, we're at the beginning. Double click, well, click on your camera and it opens up the camera window. Let's go Matinee, Actor 2, and we can scrub through and see how it fails. So let's open that up, and we can delete, because I didn't like that key, I deleted it. So now what I might end up doing is just going into side view, because it might be easier to navigate for me. Press F, zoom in. So adjust things, and going to add that key, zoom out, move things along, drop it down a bit, maybe go to my top view, pull it across a bit, and now slide the black slider along, get to another point that I want, move along a bit further, add another key, nope. Add a key, nope, always select your track. And then turn it around. And let's just go add a key there, and we'll be done. Awesome. So now if we matinee actor, for some reason I've accidentally, there we go. I don't want to add another matinee, I just want to open my original one. Sorry guys, I just had a crash of Unreal, but we'll continue on anyway. So moving along, I've got Matinee open again, and I've added in a couple more keys just to speed up the process. So now what we need to do is we need to basically script the way the camera will operate, because at the moment there's a camera in there, but the engine itself doesn't know what to do with it. So we need to do two things. The first thing is we're actually going to go find the Matinee actor, and that's that little clicker. Just like up here in the Matinee, you've got that little clicker, clacker, whatever it is. And so near where you first created the camera, there'll be that clacker board. So you need to basically select that, because that's what you're talking about. And we also want to go to blueprints. So we up here next to Matinee, there's blueprints, and we open level blueprint, and in there it's completely blank. So what we need to do is first add a reference to Matinee actor. There we go. And then I'm going to click on this little blue dot here and drag it out. So place a new node. And in here we're going to type in the word play. I've got caps lock on. Hopefully it doesn't affect anything. Play. There we go. Bang. And that's awesome. So we're basically just telling the Matinee actor that we're going to be playing something. And we also want to add in an event to Matinee, and we want an input, end on play, touch on play. That's what we want to do. We want to add the event. So event begin play. This one right in the box staring me in the face. So I want to go click on that and drag it in. And then on the little arrow in here, we grab that and drag that in. Bang. So now we have basically an event beginning when we play, and begin when play, and the Matinee actor is basically telling the camera what to do. And then I don't think we need to do anything in here. Call function. No, I don't think we need a call function or anything like that. So that's awesome, but that's still not enough. We need to go back into Matinee actor. And at the moment we've got a camera, but we don't have a director calling the shots. So we need a director. And so right again, down in this little left hand corner, we right click and go down all the way to the bottom, add new director group. And the reason we want a director group is because if you had, like, say 5 or 6 cameras, which when you're cutting between them, and so it was an actual cutscene, or you're doing a more dramatic fly through or other things like that, you can go play camera 1 now, and then you'd tell it to go to camera 2 and tell it to go to camera 3 as you go through, and you can make something a lot nicer. So on our director group, we can now the first thing we need to do is add a key. With it selected, add key, and then it basically gives us an option to go to camera 1. If we had multiple cameras, we could say go to camera 2, and this is where you do your cuts. So camera 1, and can't key the director group. And so I want the camera to start playing, the cut to start happening straight at the beginning. So once again, select it, right control, and I can go all the way over there. And at the end, I should be able to add a key and director group. Okay, no. Once again, it's not letting me. I was hoping it would give me the option of doing a cut, but it's not. Awesome. So if we go down to our watch our little video, we can play through it. And that goes all the way to the end. And I've put a really dodgy turnaround camera at the end. Don't do that. Use multiple cameras if you want to get another camera shot. I just did it very quickly. So now we're back at the beginning, and now I want to be able to export our movie. We've got this control set up. We've got our director group basically saying go to camera 1, take all the information from camera 1, and now we go over to that movie tab. We go click, and by default it will come up with, I think, 320 by 240 and 30. And I'm changing that to 24 frames a second and 1280 by 720, and exporting it out as an AVI movie. You may in fact want to export it out as a PNG, because the AVI it puts out is uncompressed and is huge. So I think if you go 20 seconds or something like that, it's going to be like a gig or something horrible. But right, as far as I know, I've got everything set up correctly and it should work. Let's press OK and see. Saw a very quick little flash there, and now a little window should open up and it's playing through. And then it cuts to blue sky, and you have to press tab, or the key above tab, to be able to close that window, because if you don't close that window it just keeps going. Right, and now it should have exported and saved my file. So if I go to where it's stored, which is my documents, Unreal Projects, and I've saved it under my thing called fly through, and it should be in content. Wait a minute. Saved, videos, clouds, backup. I had it just before. Audio, maps, particles, props, shaders, textures. Saved. Logs, video captures. And this should be it. And then it cuts to this blue sky, which is horrible. But as I was saying, it's going to be a massive file. Let's just look at the properties of that. And yeah, 727 megabytes for that like 10-second file. So I would suggest exporting it out as PNGs or JPEGs or something, and then going into Premiere and putting it together as image sequences, because I think it will work better and probably be an actually a smaller amount of information, because you're going to have to compress it down anyway for us. But that, in a nutshell, is how to do a cutscene or a fly through. So thank you very much for coming, and I'll talk to you all soon. Have fun.